Gather round, adventurers bold in the realm where tales unfold. The podcast of heroes, a quest divine, where imagination takes flight. Let's combine. Roll the dice, let the story begin. Monsters and magic, the battles within. From dragons to dungeons, a thrilling ride. Action Surge podcast where legends collide. Action Surge, it's time to embark on a podcast journey where dungeons fall. Venture forth with warriors true in the world of D&D. We welcome you. Action Surge, it's time to embark on a podcast journey where dungeons fall. Venture forth with warriors true in the world of D&D. We welcome you.
All right, so this is essentially where we go. Here we go. I have an auditions thing. There it is, new campaign. So I'm going to transition to new campaign from here, and I don't know why it's all like looking wonky, but let's see if I can't figure that out here.
Are we gonna do rolling on roll 22, or are we gonna do like physical dice?
We're going to do rolling on roll 20 at first. Hang on one second.
Okay.
There. Okay, there we go. All right, why is it giving me?
This is okay, streaming wise. I can drink this. That's not a problem.
Generally speaking, no. But that's in the main rules thing. You can drink it, just we can't see you drinking it on stream. That's the trick there.
Oh, that's what I was. Right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I thought there was something like that.
So
Up to the side.
So I'll put it.
yeah, any
can put
kind
it
of
in glass.
any kind of controlled substances or anything like that, then you can't. We don't want you to drink those or smoke those on stream. You know, that kind of thing.
I can put it in a mug.
You can put it in a mug. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, the deniable plausibility for our viewers, for anybody watching. That's what we like.
Yep.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm just getting us lined up over here. It's doing the... Okay, so there's Discord. Alright, let me shrink this down. Alright. So far, so bad. I mean, good. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so we've got Desi on there. Okay, what are the names of your characters currently?
Sandrith, Xandreth.
Okay, hold on one second. X or S?
A. X is an X-ray.
X. A. Okay, that's fine enough. Okay, so we need. I have a character named Xandareth, but it's Xandareth. But yes, and he is
Cool.
he's known as Xandareth the Planemaker.
Oh, cool.
All right, so you just have your normal base character token here. So like that's the you're just kind of a shadow guy, phantom character.
Okay.
Until we get you a token. Vin, what about you? What's your character's name?
I am.
Are you-
Fiskin Brasswind.
Brass?
Fiskin. Is
Fiskin,
the
there
first
you are.
name.
Okay, so
Fiskin
you're a phantom token too. So, oh wait, why has it
But I
got
should have
Baron? Why has it got Baron
Oh.
Merriweather for you? That's weird.
Hmm.
When I brought you
Yeah,
onto the
I saw
thing,
something.
when I
Right.
brought you onto the thing, it's it's conflating you with Baron Merriweather. I don't know why.
I saw
Try
that you
that.
right above it.
Let's try again. Who's moving
Is-
Gar? Just anybody? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know why. Okay. You did something weird. I think.
I don't know if I did something weird. I think Roll20 did something weird.
It could be. Roll20 tends to do that. But if you brought your character
Let's
to
delete
the
him.
what?
Deleted that one.
Deleted what? That just gets rid of that just gets rid of the token that already existed. That's somebody else's token, the one called Baron Merriweather. So by you deleting, you can do that all day, and it's still just going to put Baron Merriweather up there. So hold on, and let me explain.
Yeah.
Your character was associated with that token, and probably by the way you did that is you brought your character onto the thing, but you clicked on this thing, and where it says update default token, you did so. Or Roll20 did it for you, which is, like you said, Roll20 has a tendency to do weird things.
I don't recall.
So what we're going to do is we're going to edit you and remove that token. There you go.
I appreciate that.
And then we bring this back down onto here, and you should be all set now. And we'll give a nameplate. We're going to get rid of your last names just for the nameplates purposes of the nameplate, because
That's okay.
because that way when you're on the screen it doesn't take up a ton of real estate, so to speak.
That's cool.
I concur.
Now if you click on each of your characters, if you click on Desi for instance, or Fiskin, click on your character and your token, like double click. You'll or if you single click actually, you'll see 3 little bubbles appear above your token. If you single click on the token, you'll see 3 little circles appear above them. Yes.
Yes.
So generally, what I do for the 3 little circles is, for the first little circle, I put in hit points for the green,
Okay.
AC for the blue, armor class, and then for the last one, the red, I usually put in passive perception. Or in this case, it'll be passive wisdom for most of them. The 2024 character sheets, if you're using one of those, it's a little different, conflated, but it's in there somewhere.
No problem.
Passive, other passive wisdom. There. Oh, darn it. Well, passive perception mod would have been working, but anyway. So what you can see above your character sheet is the other thing is I have to go in here and give you each vision. Now, Desi, do you have night vision, dark vision? Desi? I think you responded, but I didn't hear anything. You're not muted, so I'm not sure why it's not. Check your voice and video output. We'll go move on to Fiskin. Does Fiskin have dark vision?
He does.
What is he?
Halfling.
What?
Halfling.
Halfling? So he's a ghost
Yes,
foot?
Ghostwise, yes, sir.
Ghostwise, I mean? Yeah, ghost foot, sorry.
Yes, sir. That's okay.
There we go. I think I heard you, Robin. Say something again, please. Oh, now your headphones are muted. Okay, there you go. Say something again, Robin. I think I heard you.
Hi there.
Okay, there we go. Now we hear you again.
There you are.
Okay,
You're back.
does Desi have dark
does
vision? Does, okay. And
Yes, he does.
60 feet?
I believe so.
Alright, now you guys, for Fiskin and Desi, you should also have vision. What about Xandareth? Does he have night vision? Dark vision?
I'm Dragonborn, so I think I do.
So Dragonborns, generally speaking, don't have dark vision, but by 2024 they might.
I was trying to see. Where would I see
I'm
that?
really good with either, and there is a certain type of Dragonborn, the Drakenblood, that has darker vision, but that's from Explorer's Guide to Wild Mountain. But either way.
Okay.
But we'll just give you dark vision for the sake of argument, so that way. You know.
Okay. That works.
for now, and then you guys should all look, and you should have should have vision coming from your character's tokens. Excuse
Cool.
me. So that means if I were to take you guys down here into this little dark place, that is
You can
about how
see.
you would see an area. If I put you guys all closer together, do this, and there's a room,
I like it.
right?
That's
You can
cool.
kind of see where you're going there. Anyway, so at any rate, so we're gonna put you back out here. Now at the beginning of almost every, hold on, sorry. Waiting on this thing. Here we are. Sorry.
Mm.
So good.
I was trying to add the stuff to my circles, but it's not saving. Oh, I see now.
You
Value.
have to. I already should have added. Oh no, I guess it did not. Okay. So,
I
yeah,
see where you do it now.
under
24.
details.
Save changes. There we go. All right, I see now.
So, well, you don't want to do that. You want to, on the last
Oh.
thing where it says attribute, you should be able to see a thing like, where it says attribute, possibly? Yes, no?
Let's see. Attributes. Token Aurora.
No, nope. Hold on. Let me stream to you guys.
Oh, I see attributes and abilities.
Okay, nope, 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 not that at all.
Oh.
So
Okay.
just on your character here, you're gonna double click. I'm gonna do this for you, Vin, so that way he can see what's going on, and then you guys can watch, see for yourself. Do you see my stream on Discord?
Let me go
Well,
watch it.
yep.
Yeah, I see it now.
So when you double click on your token, you're gonna see a bar 1, and then next to it you should have a drop down menu. Yes, no?
Okay.
Do you,
Yes.
Yes, you do. Okay, so then that bar 1, your drop down menu, you're gonna scroll down until you find HP,
Okay.
which is HP. There it is. And then the drop down menu number 2, you're gonna scroll down until you find AC. For some reason, let's try that. And the bar 3, you will scroll down until you find passive wisdom. Uh-oh, we lost Robin, I think, temporarily.
Hello?
Oh, just camera. All right. Alright, passive. I went way past passive. It's after other, so it'll be other weapon and then passive wisdom. And then save changes.
All right, maybe I don't have a drop down.
Okay. Well, let me double
It
check
just
that
says,
for you.
yeah, it says bar 1, and then it says max and value is what I have.
Where it's the value should be the first thing. Okay, so then you need the drop down here. Let me do this then.
Yeah.
HP is right there. AC is the next one, and then passive wisdom is the last one. And so basically the reason that I have those HP and the others there is so I can always see them and know what they are without asking you too much. You know, I still will sometimes ask you, like, what's your passive, or what's your passive perception, or what's your armor class, or whatever. Okay, what happened there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you put them in
Your
for
hit
me?
points, yeah, your hit points disappeared on me.
Where'd they go?
I was asking you almost. I was hoping
Hey,
you'd.
yeah,
I was
I don't
hoping you'd know. Do you have hit points on? Do you have hit points on your sheet?
Let me see. There we go. Is that good?
I don't know. Do you have hit points on your sheet?
Yep, I got 24.
Okay, let me try it again then.
Should be 24.
There we go.
All right,
Alright.
cool.
All right, and then
We're golden.
also what we'll do is we'll take and we'll make it so you can see all those.
Oop.
And here you can edit them too. This is there we go.
Sweet.
Why is it not showing though? Now I'm worried. Visible to everyone. There we go. Let's try that. No, you don't have a bar for some reason.
Hmm.
That is strange.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Let's try that. There we go. That's why. It had no value in the other thing because you had 24. You don't have 24 in your maximum hit points. You have 24 in your temporary hit points.
Oh, okay. So it was so I needed to change
Or
it.
your
Okay.
temporary, or maybe not temporary is what it's called. Okay.
So now it should be good.
Yep, you're all good now.
All right, cool.
All right, so I'm still waiting on a stupid code because it's not being generous to me here. Hold on a second. Let me pull this out here, and I'm gonna put irritation.com. All right, so before we get too involved with this, generally at the beginning of the stream, I do a little intro type of thing. I didn't do it on all the other ones. Hold on one second. So yeah, so anybody watching, this is in our third audition for a new campaign that we're getting ready to do, and usually at the beginning of any campaign streaming session, I do. Hail and well met, adventurers. Welcome to the realm of imagination and dice rolls. Action surge, where epic tales unfold, dragons breathe fire, and heroes rise against the darkness. Join us as we embark upon a journey through the fantastical world of Dungeons and Dragons. Led by me, Brian Germain, the okayest DM ever, and accompanied by a band of misfit players, each session promises excitement, laughter, mischief-making, and maybe even a touch of danger. Now, sometimes I cut that part out. So grab your dice, sharpen your wits, and prepare to immerse yourself in a story where anything is possible. We'll tell tales of valor, weave stories that will echo through the ages, and talk a lot of trash because the action starts now. And so that's my intro that I spiel that I do almost every time. So. Okay, we lost somebody off camera again.
Oh, is it
You
me?
still see me?
Am I here?
You see me?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, hang on, it's because my stream is running still. Okay, that's why. Hold on one second, let me get rid of my stream. Stop streaming. There we go. No, we did. There we're all in the right spots now. We didn't lose anybody, we were just in the wrong spots. Wrong place, the wrong time. And then I do a little
Story of my life.
outro type of thing too at the end of the stream usually. So, so for the purposes of this stream, we're going to say that you guys know each other. One second. Okay, so yeah, this is working out great. There it is. Okay. So it wasn't there the first time I looked for it, but somehow it's there the second time. Oh, it's because I separated the name and it was all one word. Good to know. Good to know. All right, so we're going to go through like kind of a little one shot here, and then however we end up in that one shot or wherever we're at when time hits or when people have to go, that's where we'll be. This is just basically again like the new campaign. We want it to be kind of a role play heavy type of thing. I don't know if you guys ever watched Dungeons and Dragonheim, Dimension 20, Critical Role, anything like that. Our other campaigns that we do are more just us playing D&D, and we happen to be streaming it. And for the purposes of this, we want to kind of lean more toward the roleplay aspect of things. I will say for RJ, what we want to do with your phone, or if you're using your phone as your camera, is flip it sideways. If you've got the flip thing, there you go, perfect. And go from there. Obviously, this might not be ideal for everyone, but essentially that's where we're going to be when we actually do the campaign. It'll be horizontal. For this, I actually am showing the map, and I'm actually showing. I don't know why this is showing weirdness. At any rate, I am actually showing the map on the stream, and I'll probably show the map, or at least somewhat, on the stream, even when we're playing. But for
Okay.
this new layout, I will probably have us be a bit larger. Our portraits and our video being a little bit larger than the map is versus the other games where we're kind of smaller and the map is larger because again we're trying to go for more theater of the mind, but the maps help. Um,
Yeah.
so for the purposes of this, we're going to assume that you guys all know each other. Um, why don't we start with Robin? Why don't you tell us
Okay.
about Desi and maybe how you came to be with this group and give us an idea there, or at least.
All right. So Desi is an Esperals, which is a snail folk, essentially. So she is an awakened familiar, and she had a previous life as the familiar for a professor at Strixhaven, which is a magical university. She has chocolate brown curly hair, golden eyes, little antennae right here, brown shell in which she carries all of her home essentially on her back. She is a druid, of course, Circle of the Spores, and she is just a really kind, loving soul who is very knowledge based and is here to explore the world and better understand this strange new realm that she's been dropped into.
All right. All right. So Vin, you've been kind of waiting in the wings for something to happen for you there, as far as us having an opening somewhere, right? And we also do have a opening on Friday morning if you want your Friday morning special. All right, but go ahead and tell
However,
us a little bit about Fiskin.
in on my screen, anyway, Fiskin Crashwin is a he was a typical halfling. Um, lived a nice life, liked his cheese, liked his ale. Um, one day something happened, not sure what it was. He got visited in his dream. Um, something inside him emerged, um, and scared of what he felt and experienced, he decided to leave his family behind in search of answers for what he is going through. Um,
Now,
and
is he a warlock?
is, he is a sorcerer.
Oh, sorcerer. Okay. All right.
Yes,
All right. One second.
he is a ghostwise, so shadow sorcerer to be exact.
All right.
Whatever
And
happened really spooked him, and he's looking for answers.
gotcha. Okay. And then RJ, why don't you tell us about your character, Xandereth?
So my character Zamrith was hatched from an egg. His mother and father were killed by a band of bandits, and then his and his sibling eggs were sold to rich baron. Some of the eggs were made into an omelet, and the rest, including himself, were hatched and turned into pets, and later as slaves. He worked for a baron for years, being cruelly beaten by the warden's whips. But one day he decided to better to die free than live as a slave, and attacked the warden with his pickaxe while he had his back turned, killing him, and then inspired all the other slaves to fight back as well. And there was a bloody battle, and all the former slaves died, but those that survived were victorious and won their freedom. And now is in search of, just other slaves that are being held by barons and the sword and adventuring. Um, he's a barbarian, dragonborn, obviously, and he's, like I said, searching out other cruel barons in search of, trying to free slaves and do quest as he ventures through the land.
All right. And so he's a dragonborn barbarian.
Yes.
I am going to say that he probably is quite far from the last place he had been.
Yes.
But he's
Yes.
probably a little bit closer to home than he was. He may have gotten waylaid depending on where you have an idea for his home to be. But I would imagine he was probably down near Kalimshan, where
Yes.
sometimes, even though technically outlawed by the Pashas to some degree, slavery is a little bit more accepted. and it's technically frowned upon by most people, and but it still happens without their knowledge sometimes, you know. And
Yes.
uh, but you're a long way from there. You guys are all in a small town, heading to and this is probably where you met up. You probably met up on the road somewhere. The Esperel, you probably met them as you were kind of leaving the woods at some point in time, maybe, and some nearby woods, and saw them and decided they looked like folk you could travel with. Um, and you come to a small colony, not much more than a thorp or a hamlet. And see, where's my music has gone again? I don't know. What happened to my music? Bring my music back. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I like the music for the tavern.
Yeah. Ale.
If I can find the tavern music here, I do have a tavern music thing, but that's not what I wanted. Gnome. It could be the gnome celebration, I suppose, but we're not going there. I look at all these things. You have interesting. No, where is it? This could take me forever. Here, you know what? Let me do this because I think it's set for this map. So I'm going to move you over to this map real quick, and then we'll move you back, and I think it'll start the music on its own. Yeah, I hope. Yes, no, maybe. Yay, it did. Sort of. I don't hear it. I don't hear it, but here we go. The Hearth Inn. Let's try it again. No, nothing. Interesting. Thanks, Roll20.
I hear it.
You guys hear it?
Yes.
All right, let me refresh again. Let me see if it fixes it for me.
There it is.
It's messed up for me.
Like that.
It's working for you guys. Okay, so the way you
Yeah.
can make
Yeah.
it work for you guys too is you guys can go into the settings and go to audio and video, I believe, and you can change the music volume level for yourselves. Also, in the settings, what you might want to do is go to video display and change the player video avatar size to names only. That's a little cog up in the upper right hand corner. If you go to that's settings of the whole Roll20.
And then go to preview token or
Nope, wrong thing. Top
Oh,
right of the
whoops.
whole window.
top right. Okay.
Top right of the whole window, not just your character sheet. The whole Roll20 window. And you'll see
Okay.
like a word balloon, which is chat. You'll see another thing, which
I
is
see
your
it
journal.
now.
Yep. And you'll see 3 books, which is a compendium. And then you'll see the gear, which is your settings. And if you go in there to video display and you change it to names only for, you go to audio video and then video display and then names only, it'll shrink everybody's avatars down so that way they're not cluttering up, space or whatever.
Yeah, I just did that with mine.
All right.
Cool.
And it's still not playing for me. Wah, wah, wah. Let's see if I can fix it. Hearth Inn. Where are you at, Hearth Inn? Strange. Let me try this. Yeah, that's definitely strange. I don't even have it, like, when I go there, it's not appearing like it should.
That's weird.
Yeah, so this is another reason why when I get in, I usually get in about an hour ahead of time, and want
Make
everybody
sure
in
everything's
a half
working.
hour ahead of time to make sure everything's working. Now you guys don't have to hear the music, but it's important for me to do it for the stream, like I do it for the stream. So um, if it
I like it.
works,
It's cool. It puts me in the mood.
you jump
Very
out,
Yep.
immersive.
jump out,
Oh.
and jump back in. It'll be great.
To hurt and bite.
And it's still not
Okay.
gonna play, so whatever. All right. So you guys will just have to just listen to the sound of my lovely voice. All right. So, which everybody hands down loves. Um, all right. So you guys come to this little hamlet, and tucked into the northeast corner of the colony stands a long, low building of fieldstone and blackened timbers. A burnt wooden sign hangs over the entrance depicting a mug engulfed in flames. A blue glow and a raucous laughter emanates from within. A stern-faced, muscular half-orc stands guard by the entrance. Now you notice this muscular half-orc is sitting there reading a book, and the book is a rather thick, big book, which kind of takes you aback because that is not normally something that you would consider that half-orcs would be doing, especially big, thick
What I'd like.
neck ones. Sorry, what was that?
Oh no, I was just gonna ask if I could roll a perception check to see what the title of the book is.
You could. All right, let
Let me
me do this.
So Brian, I noticed.
Yeah,
I'm
hold
sorry
on,
to
I gotta
interrupt.
fix
I
you.
do not have.
Yep, I
oh,
gotta fix you.
yeah.
Hold on, I didn't see that it didn't fix you for whatever reason. Hold on. All right, so 14 will give you a good enough perception. You can't see the title because of the way he's holding it, but you can tell by the way it's bound and the way it's the thickness of it. It is some sort of scholarly book, and you believe it might even be based on your past experience as a familiar. You believe it might even be some sort of arcane knowledge book.
Hmm.
One second.
Ooh, fascinating.
So that to see so then it makes it even almost a little bit more of a puzzle that to see a big muscle-bound half-orc carrying this tome on arcane knowledge and studying it intently.
That's weird.
I'd like to. I'd like to approach the half orc.
All right.
Right.
All right. So you approach the
Hello.
half-orc.
What a lovely book. And I'd like to do a little wave, and my antenna kind of wave a little bit too as I wave. And I say, hello, lovely to meet you. What a beautiful book. What are you reading?
He says, "Oh, well, it's a arcana theory." He's like, "I'm not really sure I'm grasping all of it, but you know, it seems pretty plain in parts, but other parts are a little bit more complicated."
Well, I'd be happy to take a look with you if you'd like.
Okay, he says, "Yeah, that'd be great. If you could tell me what this means here," and he opens it, flips to a couple pages before what he's on. He says, "It might help me, sort out the rest of the puzzle, so to speak."
I'd love to.
Give me an Arcana check.
Can't see if I.
So just if we're looking, this is how everybody should see kind of this vision. Fiskin, you can see through a window in the into the tavern there, and like every so often
Cool.
when you go up, you can see other windows, you know, that kind of thing.
I
Same thing with everybody else.
I can see the entire tavern, or most of it anyway.
Yeah, I can too.
Who's Xanderth?
I do see where the light.
Oh,
is
okay.
a
It's
Yeah.
probably because you're
door.
looking through somebody else's eyes, probably. But if you go to the windows, then you can see through the windows. But you might be able to see through
Let me
another
see.
token's eyes.
I see the light changing. It's kind of cool.
That is a
Yeah.
13 on the Arcana check.
A 13, is that including guidance or guidancing yourself?
No, I, that is just the 3 is from uh,
You're very choppy right now. You just chopped it up really bad. But the
a
3 is from
the 3 is
guidance. The 3 is from guidance. So if you didn't guidance yourself, then it would just be a 10.
Oh, I thought the 3 was from my stats. Excuse me.
No, the 3. What's your intelligence? It says it's a +1, so your intelligence should be 12 or 13. Yes. Hello. Okay, so that is another problem with Discord.
Okay.
If you just say yes, sometimes Discord doesn't pick it up. If you have push to talk off, if you're like me and you have open mic, sometimes if you just say yes, Discord doesn't pick it up until after you've said yes. So it's waiting for that awaken thing. So if you have to say yes, then say something like, "I think the answer is yes," or yes, it's that. So, or say more than one word because otherwise Discord will not pick it up all the time.
The answer is yes. Her intelligence is 12.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So then that's a 10. You seem to believe that the passage is talking something about transmutation. You're not sure because it was kind of a low roll, but you're fairly certain it has something to do with transmutation.
Right.
And
That
realistically,
didn't quite.
I should have given you advantage on that check because you did spend the last quarter of a century being someone's familiar. So or however long, however old you are. um,
Should I roll again if you
no,
think
go.
I should have advantage, or?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Roll again, and then also go ahead and give me your response to him.
Oh, I see.
All right. So the 10 is what it is. So he says, "Oh,
it-
okay," and go ahead and give me a response as far as telling him about it. Has something to do with transmutation or whatever.
Yeah. Now, I didn't quite grasp the intricacies of the book, unfortunately. However, I do believe it is something to do with transmutation spells.
And he says, "Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems to make more sense." And he just kind of goes back to reading. He's like, "Oh, are you here for the challenge?"
Challenge, do tell. I'm not familiar.
He says, "Oh yeah, this place is kind of famous locally, of course." He says, "But there's a fiery grog challenge. And of course, welcome to the fiery grog."
Thank you for having us. I hope you enjoy your book.
He says, "By the way, I only have one rule. Just if you're gonna get in a fight in the bar, keep it fists only. People get killed." Or there's accidents that happen and people get really injured, and I don't like to clean it up. And heck, who am I kidding? I hate this job, but I'm big, and so Toftir keeps me around.
Well, I hope you have a good night, and I will try not to get too rowdy.
Fights? Who fights when they drink? That's absurd.
Yeah, no. No one does that.
He says,
Want to drink more?
when you say that, Vin, when Fiskin says that, the orc looks at you like, "I know, right?" It's almost
Drinking
as
is
if
fun.
it's almost as if Drinking is their excuse to fight.
I know.
You hear him mumble something under his breath. Go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you can hear it. Desi, you can roll yours with advantage since you're kind of right next to him. Xandrith, you can give me one too.
Okay.
Okay, Xandrith, you actually hear better than Fiskin for some reason, but
No.
but basically it's like you hear him say something like that. It's always that Durkon. Him and his dwarves always causing trouble.
Durkon. Tell us more about him.
He's like, what? Yeah, he's inside there. Him and his miners, they always are, causing problems and causing fights. And they bring weapons in, but they never use them, so I guess it's okay.
Oh, that's not good.
He kind of shrugs.
Well, thanks for the info. I'd like to buy you a drink. Would you like to drink a flask of ale with me?
He's like, yeah, perhaps, but not on duty. He's like, after I'm done with my when we're getting ready to close for the night.
Okay, well,
Enjoy your
search
book.
me out later. Enjoy your book.
Okay. And are you guys going to head in?
I hop on. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I hop on in.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so you guys head
Yeah.
in. Inside, you guys are greeted by a tavern packed nearly full to capacity. Loud, drunken harbor workers, mercenaries, and sailors take a spot along the bar or that runs against the eastern wall, or sit at one of the many wooden tables, scattered across the scratched flagstone floor. There's alcoves in the western wall offering booths with weathered purple curtains that do little for visual privacy, but almost nothing to block any noise. There's many eyes turned toward the center of the room, where a large water tank contains a female merfolk, gracefully ribbon dancing in the water. It is illuminated by drift globes along the ceiling and in the water itself. The ceiling is covered and lit up by those same drift globes, and you can see a vast painting depicting a small fishing village racked by a terrible storm and a strange alien creatures rising from the water.
That picture. Painting, I should say.
So let's see, you got 14 for your passive, 12, and 13. So Xandrith, you notice across the wall, the eastern wall behind the bar, there are two signs haphazardly written. One is ask about our fiery grog challenge, and the other is wanted monster exterminators. You do also notice. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying you do also notice that you and Desi also both noticed that over just past the merfolk tank, there is a wiry-looking elven woman engaged in an arm wrestling competition with several customers who seem to be losing, and there's several onlookers there as well. But she's arm wrestling with a mage hand
Oh.
and winning,
Wow.
which is even more shocking.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool.
I made
Hey,
Shane
so-
can't do that. At least I don't think it can.
I was gonna say
No.
you guys would know, like anybody who's predisposed to magic at all would know that a mage hand can only lift about 10 pounds, and to win in an arm wrestling match is nearly unheard of.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
That intrigues
should we-
me greatly.
Me too. Like to go over and check out the arm wrestling competition.
I'll follow along.
Okay, so Xandrith, you're gonna go over toward the arm wrestling competition.
Yes, I'd like
I
to go
am as
see.
well.
That intrigues me greatly.
You see one of the barmaids kind of walk by you, Xandrith, and says, "Oh, we don't get many of your type in here, big guy." She's like, "Welcome to the Fiery Grog. Can I get you anything?"
Oh yes, thank you. I'd love to get a flagon of ale, please.
And what about the two of you?
And I say, make that. Oh, 2 more L's, please. And I
Could I
turn
have
to
a dew-
Desi. What would you like?
could I please have a dewdrop? Just a little swig of dew.
I'll see what I can come up with, love. And she
I'll
she
take
heads
her
for
L
the
if she
she
doesn't
heads
want
for
it.
the counter. When you guys go over toward the arm wrestling, um, give me a perception check, all of you. I'll just move you over there by the elven woman and doing the arm wrestling thing real quick.
Cool.
Kind of put you around there. We'll have him over here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, who got the
I am
18? That was Fiskin.
hyper-focused.
Fiskin, you got an 18. Xanderth got an
I got
11.
eight.
Hyper focus.
And Robin's got a 7. Okay, so Desi got a 7. So Fiskin, you you're there and you're like focused on this wrestling match going on, but out of the earshot, you hear there's a group of people over here in this area of the bar, and you hear, Don't you worry. We will get there. We will get her back. I'm sure it's just a small misunderstanding. I'm sure that once they see what has happened, then that besides, there's bound to be adventurers through any moment now, and we can offer them some coin to help with the search. And you hear some weeping, and you hear like, see there, darling, the mayor has it under control. I'm telling you, I would go out and search myself if not for my leg. You know that there's something going on over there, and you know now that the guy standing up in the finery is probably a mayor of this town, most likely, because you don't see why any mayor would be visiting this small of a town otherwise.
Interesting. I will keep that to myself for the moment. I'm hyper focused on this woman using mage hand for a arm wrestling,
Okay.
and I kind of lean in. Ahead. You were gonna say?
Oh no, go ahead. No, you're good.
I kind of lean in and be like, "Did you teach me that?" With a very honest and smiling and giddish kind of inquisitive.
She smiles at you brightly and looks away, and that seems to irritate the rather heavily tattooed dwarf that's wrestling the thing, because she puts him down again when that happens, as she's looking at you and smiling, and you hear the dwarf say, "Darn it, Solana, that's the 3rd time tonight." He's like, "You're gonna have all me coin. You're gonna have all me coin by morning." And he lays another
You
gold
learned your
piece in front of
lesson.
her.
I'll come back when you're through, I should say.
Uh,
And I kind of just step back.
he says, no, I'm through now. And he looks at you and he walks away, and he kind of like gruffly, spits at the floor kind of thing, and and Silana says, "Sure, I can teach you." She says, "But, such things usually come with a price." You see, she's an elven woman, and she's dressed as a scholar. She says, "Well, usually coin is the trade of the land."
Yes.
She says, "Do you have something
How much
else in
coin?
mind?" He says, "Well,"
How much?
she says, "Well, I can charge you a gold to lose and learn that way, or I can charge you
No.
5 to try to teach you this trick."
I could pay with a favor. I can. I'm good at favors. I never break a promise, too.
A favor, huh? She says, "Oh,
Yes.
well, there's only really one thing I want, and I don't know if you
Name it.
don't know if you guys are up for it." She kind of looks around at the
What,
three of you, kind of thinking that you're probably together.
what would that be?
He says, "Well, you see, um, my grandmother, she came up missing. She's a scholar like myself, and was going to search the caverns, and well, she just she just has not reappeared. And it's been quite some time, so I came looking myself, but I'm not even sure where she disappeared to."
Well, I'm
How
always
long
up for a
was
good
that?
adventure.
She says,
I would be most
Well,
happy to help.
she says, "Well, if I'm to take your help and teach you this," she says, "I think you would be best to allow me a lesson." And she
Mm.
challenges Fiskin to a arm wrestling match with a mage hand. Now you can arm wrestle with your mage hand, or
I would love to.
you can arm wrestle with your own hand.
Oh, cool. I'm going to
My mage
sit
hand is
back and
probably
drink my ale.
my mage
And
hand is
then,
probably stronger than I am.
and I'm going to sit back with my ale sipping. All right, a show. Cool. Let's watch right before we go to the great
So
adventure.
I call my mage hand out.
Okay, so you conjure your mage hand. Um, are you going to sorry, you're going to make me an arcana check, and it's going to be contested against her arcana check.
That sucks.
Oh,
Ooh.
I could have done better, but all right.
And she easily wins and she says, "Well, best 2 out of 3."
Sounds like a fair deal.
Come on, Fiskin. I got your back. You can do this.
Do you all cheer for Fiskin?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Egg him on?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
All right, Fiskin, give
Come on,
yourself.
Fiskin.
You're going to give yourself an inspiration. In this case, we're going to do the inspiration by rolling an extra 1d6. So when you go ahead and roll your Arcana check, and then you're going to roll an extra 1d6.
Sounds good.
Did you get better that time? What'd you get that time? 12, and an extra 1d6 is 14. Oh wait, that's your. Oh, yours was 4. Wait a
I rolled
second.
a 2.
I think yours is
Rolled a
rolling
2.
wrong.
Yeah, that's.
What is your Arcana? Nothing?
No bonus.
Oh, so you're not proficient in Arcana. Okay. All right.
No.
Okay. So yeah. So you rolled a 4.
You know
Okay.
what?
Okay. So
Ow.
so you got a 6 total. So she still wins, and she says, well, it was worth a shot. I can see that you might be a little difficult to teach, but I think you have potential."
I'm
Thank
gonna,
you,
ha-
thank you.
hand, I'm gonna hand him a flask and a ale. Good try, my boy.
Let's
Good
see.
try.
One second if I can find the thing with her there. 1 second. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. So she says, "Well, I don't know where to start." She says, My grandmother has gone missing. She's been missing for nearly a month now. Um, and she went to do some research in some caverns nearby, but I don't really know where the caverns are or where they start."
Hmm.
Could
It's
you
like,
tell us
Well,
about her
Grandma.
research?
sorry, what was that?
Could you tell us about the focus of her research, her methodology, her purpose, this research?
He says, "Well, she's mostly, just like me, a scholar and likes to do research on various amounts of things. But I believe she was going to research cavern ecology and cavern life in a nearby cavern. And this is the closest I've gotten so far. I can't seem to figure out where she is from here, but the Fiery Grog was the closest anyone's ever seen her. And this is the last place anyone saw her, so I don't know." And
How many call?
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's fine.
Oh, I was just going to say, and you do notice, Fiskin, you do hear the woman weeping nearby some more.
Maybe we should check with her and see what's going on. What do y'all
Oh.
think?
Did she introduce herself, this woman?
The woman that you're talking to,
Yes.
she did not, but neither did you. And
No,
so,
I
but
did
you,
not.
so, but you did hear the dwarf call her Silana.
Okay, that's what I was just getting to. I will introduce myself. Hi, I'm Fiskin. Fiskin Brathwind. Nice to meet you. Nice to make your acquaintance.
She says,
We
"Ah,
will always.
I am Silana Vallejo.
Silana.
Also
I'm
pleased
so
to make
sorry.
your acquaintance."
Sorry about your grandma. I know if my grandmother went missing, I would want people to help me find her too.
Well, she's
Um,
about my height and build, if that helps. She looks about my age. We elves age differently, of course, which you might know. She says, but a little bit more crow's feet around the eyes, but other than that, her hair is also a bit more gray than mine.
Hmm.
lost in a cavern, which we don't know where, doing what we don't know what, about a month ago. Did I get that straight?
Yeah, pretty much. She was probably mushroom hunting as she likes to do.
Mushroom hunting, foraging. Oh,
Oh,
wonderful! Absolutely wonderful. I love my notes.
sounds like fun. We'd be willing. I'm Xandrith, by the way, and we would love to help you try to go find her.
Says, I I will be staying back here. Unfortunately, I have been running myself ragged. She says, but I can I can probably, if you give me a day, I could probably join you.
Well, you don't have to join us. We can help you out if you've been running yourself ragged. We just need to be pointed in the right direction, and we can help you out. Try to find her.
She says, I wish I
Who
could, but
would know where these caverns?
this is where my trail stops. Unfortunately, if I knew where to go, I would certainly point you there.
Is there anybody around here that might know?
She says, I don't know. I certainly haven't really talked to anyone but Durkan and Tofdeer.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Occasional pointers for the bouncer.
Okay.
I will excuse myself and politely. Nice again to meet you. We will get our.
She does say, she says, perhaps you could ask the mayor, and she points over toward the table with the gentleman dressed in the finery, with the woman who's weeping and the other gentleman who's trying to console her.
Nice.
All right.
I will do just that.
All right. And this has been Desi. Lovely to meet you, and we're very happy to assist you in any manner that you see fit. We'll be back shortly. Thank you.
She says,
Thank
oh,
you.
well, thank you, Desi. I appreciate it. And
As
as you
well.
guys are heading over to the other table, this is, I assume you're going to say, sorry, didn't mean to cut you up.
Oh, no, you're good.
Your round of drinks come over to you. The drink that she brings you,
Thank you.
Desi, is she said the waitress says, well, we didn't have any dew, but here is some dandelion wine. It was left by a previous patron, and perhaps you could have some of that. I thought you would love it.
That sounds absolutely delightful. Thank you so much. I've never had wine.
And she says, well, this is a delightful sort. It comes from near a place called near Silvery Moon, and it's something from the forest there.
As she
I
said
do
that she
enjoy.
never had wine, I turn around and says, "Never had wine." And excuse me for asking, but how old are you?
20.
Man,
What
never
is your
had
Thank
wine.
you.
Well, I'm sort of new to the whole upward mobility sort of thing.
Well, we're gonna teach you quite well to become get associated with the drink.
The the the
I've been drinking my mead. Okay.
the barmaid takes and like tousles your hair like you're a little kid there, Fiskin, and says, "Silly, not everyone has the appetites that halflings do."
Here's to that.
Uh,
And I drink. Well, I
Cheers.
drink one all the way down, and I finish it, and I hand her back the empty mug, and I take the other one that I ordered. Thank you.
and Desi takes her first sip of dandelion wine, just a light, delicate little sip.
It is very sweet. It has a little bit of an earthy flavor. Um, it reminds you a little bit of of how a dandelion might taste. But also has a hint of lemon. Sorry, I got my eyes burning.
Oh no, feel better.
Okay.
How was it? What do you think?
A-
Was it good?
Absolutely delicious. It tasted like home, strangely enough. It reminded me of my home.
I'm gonna down my ale as well and slam it on the table and drink another one. Cheers. Yeah.
And Desi is sort of picking up on the wine and beer culture of the table and is also going to throw back her drink, but probably unsuccessfully because it is wine.
Okay, so are you guys going to go over to the mayor and ask
Yes.
about the caverns?
As we before we go over there, I will briefly explain what I heard. Hey guys, did you hear what they were talking about in there? There's a missing woman. There's money to be made. They're looking for something. I don't know. Did you catch any of that?
No, I didn't
No.
hear that. Hmm.
Do you think perhaps it's the same woman, or do you think it's a different woman?
Who knows how many women are disappearing in these parts?
Yeah, no, it could be quite a few.
But someone's crying. I hate to see a lady cry.
Wonder if there's a connection between the two, though, if it is a different woman.
A conspiracy, perhaps?
Yeah. Let's go over and check and see, I guess. I'm going to grab my ale and start walking over towards the mayor.
Thank you, I say to the waitress and give a little wave
Yep.
before we move on.
Okay, she kind of like gives you a wave as she's already on to other tables, but she kind of like nods and waves to you, and you guys get over to where the mayor is at, and the mayor like suddenly notices you, and the guy at the table like also looks up at you. He's wearing the guy at the table is wearing a little bit like kind of decent clothes, that of what you'd think is a merchant of some sort. And the mayor is wearing like a finery, like almost like a noble's clothes, but not quite, you know. But definitely depicts that he is somewhat of importance, and thus he's a mayor. So that's probably why, just kind of wearing that
Mhm.
to kind of, he's kind of showing off his station, so to speak, maybe. And when he looks up, he says, "Ah, oh, you see, here they are now." And he says that to the woman that's weeping softly in front of him.
Excuse me, but who is here now?
He says,
Kinda like
he says,
stick my nose right in him.
"Why, you are adventurers, are you not?"
Yes, we are.
Indeed, yes.
I am Miskin Brasswind, mind you.
He says, he says, I am Mayor Elias, and this is the miller and his wife, and they have lost their child recently. She seems to have
extend
come
my
up
hand out?
missing. And you reach out to the mayor or to the miller,
Well, first
or
to the
both
mayor,
in turn. Okay.
and then
Yep.
go to the others.
Okay.
Glad to meet y'all acquaintance. I'm so
Is-
sorry about your child, is it?
She says, yes, she was playing in the field with the sheep, as she often does, and, well, rumor has it that some goblins came and took her.
Oh, how dreadful! I'm so sorry to hear it.
And
Yes, so am I.
I
you hear the woman kind of weep a little bit harder at the idea that the goblins might have come and taken her.
Desi's going to reach into her shell on her back and pull out a handkerchief and hand it to the woman.
Okay, the woman's like, oh, thank you. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I feel so helpless.
can I possibly lean over to the mayor and say something indiscreetly?
Yeah.
I lean
Why
over.
don't you give me a stealth check to see how indiscreetly?
Oh, okay. I can do that. I could do that very nicely.
Or how discreetly, I should say. All right, yeah. The mayor,
Ooh, look
the
at that
the only one who knows what you're saying right now is the mayor, and barely him.
And I say to him, do you have a habit of losing many people here, sir?
He says, no, why?
There's other women lost her grandma, and now this couple lost their child.
He says, well, I can assure you that if someone's grandmother was lost, that it has nothing to do with this incident. Now you do remember that she did say she lost her grandmother months ago, so there is that.
Oh,
But I kind of like, prop myself up. Like, I'm proud that I know this information. Now I'm like, picking myself up higher than, because I'm all of 2'9", I think.
No,
Yeah.
but now you seem 210 and a half.
well, I'm gonna be like, well, we can investigate this for you. I heard there might be some coin to be made.
He says, yes, the town, it doesn't have much. I have scraped together 50 gold for anyone who can bring the child back safely, of course. And then he kind of like walks over a little bit away from the miller and his wife and kind of like beckons you to follow. And he
Okay.
says, now,
I follow.
he says, now if she can't be brought back safely, you will still get the 50 gold, but only if you return her in whatever condition she is in. I merely ask that you be discreet about if she is less than healthy.
We
Oh,
can
sir,
do
didn't I
that.
introduce myself? Discreet is my middle name. And I prop myself up a little taller.
Okay.
Discreet, Brasswind. Didn't I say that?
That's our Resquin. Risking.
All right. So, he says, well, they were last seen off in the fields to the east, and it's pretty clear that goblins have taken her. He says, now,
Would that
we try to keep that on the down low near Mrs. Miller there, that perhaps she doesn't need to hear anything more than that would, stress her out even more.
might that be close to any caverns by chance?
Well, there is likely, if it's goblins, they are likely held up in a cave near the foothills of the Sunset Mountains. Caverns. He's like, I don't know of any real caverns around here. He's like, but you might ask Toftir, the bartender. And he points, and you see this rather animated-looking gnome running back and forth across the bar, handing out drinks. There's this Goliath cook behind the counter, and you see him retrieving drink mugs, tankards from the Goliath cook and passing them on to people. And you see the Goliath every once in a while will pass him a viscous, dark liquid-filled tank that slops over onto the bar, and then the gnome does some prestidigitation and sets it on fire.
Oh.
Okay, well,
He says,
eh,
He says, I don't really know much about any caverns around here. Perhaps that cave system that the goblins are in, perhaps that is where you want to be. He says, but if anybody knows, I would assume a gnome knows.
Yes, that's very
He says, or you
right.
could ask Durkon. They are miners. There's got to be some caverns off the mines, I'd imagine.
Okay. Well, we'll take our leave and head over to talk to
Thank
the
you again.
bartender. Thank you
Thank you,
again.
Novice Barton.
He
Thank
says,
you so kindly, and we're happy to help.
okay.
And
Yes.
I then lean over towards the miner and his wife, tip cordially, and
The miller?
let them know that yes, Miller, that's it.
Yep.
And let them know that we will be helping them.
Okay.
Now,
And then
where's
you
my
guys are heading
glass
to the
of
bar?
ale? Yes.
Okay, so you guys head
That's
over to the
correct.
bar, and you see Tofnir running along the bar rather quickly. He's a rather small, diminutive little gnome. He's probably all of 2 foot tops, like maybe 3, but he's really small. And he says, welcome to the Fiery Krog. What can I do for you?
We'd
As
like
he
to ask you some
asks.
questions. Sorry.
Pick myself up even more so. Now I'm feeling really like a Goliath at this point next to this gnome.
This
guy,
tiny
right?
gnome.
Feeling really big. I am big. I'm twice the size.
So big.
Right.
And I say, first of all, we want another round of drinks, please, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably as tall or taller than he is, Fiskin. He is short for a gnome at like 2'8".
See?
Like normally gnomes are between 3 and 4 feet tall, but he's probably about 2'8" tops.
I do inch over him, and I'm proud of it.
He says, "Oh, I thought you were here to ask about the Fiery Krog."
We are. But we want to know about if there's caverns on these foothills near the
Mountains.
the
He says, "Caverns, you
fields.
say?" He
where
says,
the
"Well,
silver-
there's the mines. Do you mean the mines?"
Yeah, that might be.
He says,
Do they?
we do.
He says, "Here, let me tell you a secret." And he leans over to you guys, and he says, "I think them rats has made caverns."
Oh.
Mm.
Where would the rats be located?
In me cellar.
Ah,
He says, "Don't you see?" And he points up to the sign that says "Wanted Monster Exterminators." He says, "They're big rats, vicious and dire, and they got big teeth that are like so. And then you don't even know. They just come out at you, and they try to steal me food. They try to drink me ale. It's terrible. That's why I want some monster
awful.
exterminators."
That is awful.
I guess the food, and very loudly and proudly, I say, I guess the food here is really good then if they keep on coming back. Hopefully the Goliath hurt.
He's like, I
Didn't hear that.
suppose if you like bread and cheese, Ognath's not really much of a cook. No offense, Ognath.
Bread and cheese, that's my favorite.
Bread and cheese is a delicacy, actually, in my opinion.
Yes. Yes, it is.
He says, "Well,
Let's go with the ale.
we do have a fat chunk of pork too."
I would stay away from that.
He says, "But no, there's rats in my cellar, and you know they chewed a hole in the wall down there." Said, "I don't know where they go, but they must go somewhere."
I turned around politely as much as I can with my back towards the gnome, turn to my newly acquainted friends. They say, "Rats first? What do you guys think?"
That could be a warm up for us.
Rats, child, grandmother is the order of operations I believe we should choose. That's just my opinion, of course.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I don't disagree, but I think rats, then drink, then child, then drink, then grandmother.
I agree with you.
I don't suppose I disagree. That does sound like lovely.
I turn back around.
So,
We have agreed that we will help you with these rats.
Okay.
Under
He says-
one condition.
All right. He says, I'm listening.
All the drink we can drink, and you pay us handsomely as well.
He says,
Stand up real nice.
Aye, if you get rid of them dire monsters, you got yourself a deal.
all right.
Thank you. I put out my hand.
That works.
Handshake.
All
I
right.
agree.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to allow you, this is something that the other auditions didn't get to do, but we're going to allow you guys to go to the bathroom real quick or something. momentarily. You guys did something a little bit different than the others, which is not a bad thing. It's always interesting.
Yeah, I needed it.
It's always interesting, and something you guys will always find about when I do a thing, when I run an adventure. There's generally speaking very sandboxy, and there's no specific way to go. And you can go in almost any direction, and it will take you to something. It may not be the thing that the initial adventure was planned on, but it will be something.
That's cool.
So as you guys go downstairs, here, let me see if I can get any of this to work
Cool.
here.
Absolutely, before we go downstairs, after we bartender, I would absolutely turn around and shiver and be like, oh, I think I just overstepped myself and got myself into a situation, and I'm actually shaking. Scared. So I don't think I could really do this, to be honest.
You're a little nervous?
Going to reach.
Desi's going to what?
Like reach out, and before he can touch your shoulder, just kind of gently pat the air and be like, "It's all right. You have friends beside you. Everything will be
No.
okay."
You don't understand. If we're going into the cellar, I'm afraid of the dark.
Well, we got your back.
I see quite well in the dark. I'll be your eyes.
Me as
I
well.
can see in the dark, but I'm still afraid of being in it.
That's what she looks like.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, give or take.
Cool.
But how big is this shell, actually? That's kind of interesting.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it is.
How big would you say, Desi? Would you say that Desi herself is probably just slightly taller than the halfling, maybe? Like 4 or 5 foot? Can you hear me, Robin?
Can you hear me?
I didn't hear you say anything in response to what I asked, so I didn't know if you heard me.
No, I said she's 4'6".
4'6". Okay, so
Okay.
so she's actually 4'6", and her shell by itself is probably almost as tall as she is, I would imagine.
Yes, I'm slightly taller.
Okay, so yeah.
Interesting.
When you guys get down into the cellar, you guys can smell like some rotten grain, and the smells of good food somewhat too. But you can also smell like kind of the smell of like perhaps rat droppings.
Ugh.
And as you guys get down there, I don't know if you guys can see. Control L. Yeah, you guys can see that it's lit a little bit. Hang on, let me give you a couple torches real quick. Go to the lighting layer. Where are you at, lighting layer? Oh, it don't like me. There we are. Throw a couple torches there. Oh, I already did place torches there. Why is it? Oh, because I didn't turn dynamic lighting on for the map. Hold on, let me fix that. Alright, wait, it's on. It says it's on. That's strange to me. Let me just make sure that these are working. Place light. We'll put one there and there. And now, there we go. Now you guys should see a little bit better, right?
So I don't know where you guys see, but I'm still seeing the tavern.
Oh, you're still seeing the
Me
tavern.
too.
That's the problem. Okay, I
Yeah.
see. Hold on, let me move you guys from the tavern over to
I was gonna say the
a
same
cellar. Okay. Now you guys should have a better idea of what you're seeing. I also don't know why this keeps making me... This is the third time I've had to update. This is weird. Details. Hold on. Some of you might have a problem seeing anyways.
Yeah, I don't.
You went on camera there, Robin.
Sorry.
Yes, I had to rejoin on my phone. My computer's overheating right now.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Come here. Up.
Okay. There we go. We're going to do that for now. Okay, so
And the map I'm seeing is of the tavern upstairs, not the downstairs of the tavern.
you're at the tavern upstairs?
Yes.
That's
I see
strange.
black.
That's
I
strange. You
see
shouldn't
what
be
we're
seeing.
supposed to see.
You may have to refresh roll 20. Hold on one second, and it should bring
Okay.
it should you not the people who are seeing black. No, not I meant Robin. Hold on, let's make sure we
Oh,
know who
okay.
we're talking to here. Uh,
Well,
hold on, I'm having problems here. Of course, because why wouldn't we be? All right, Fiskin, you should be seeing a cellar,
I see
and
it.
nobody else is seeing anything because this thing is being stupid. All right, one second. Let me try to do this again.
Nope.
You can't talk badly about it because then it'll keep on reacting poorly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure it has something to do with like some of the settings I've got going on right now, but
there's Robin.
There I am. Hi.
Back.
Sorry about the lighting.
all right, Robin, you should have been seeing you should be seeing a different thing now.
I see a black screen, so I'm going to exit the game.
I
and
see.
Nope,
come
nope,
back.
nope, nope. Don't do that.
I
Okay,
see it now.
Let's not jump the gun. Let's let the DM do the things that he needs to do because otherwise you
Got
may
it.
just end up being in the same situation. All right, so hold on. Hold on.
Boy, my Dragonborn. Ooh, cool.
I will let you know when
I see a very
to
cool
if you need to
looking dragon boy.
if you need to get out. All right. Okay, can you see the screen now? Now, Robin.
I still see black.
Okay,
It's a black
try
screen.
zooming out and then zooming back in. Oh wait, you know what it is? It could be that you don't have night vision, 60 feet. Okay, hold on. That's what I mean. It keeps making me reset up everybody's thing right now. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I
Now you can
everything
see?
Now. Yes.
Yep, I see everything.
And now you can see, and now okay. You all should be able to see what looks like a cellar. Correct?
Mhm.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Yep, yes.
That's 2 out of 3.
Brian, not that it might not matter, but my dark vision is a range of 120 feet.
Okay. Then it does matter, I'm sure, but
Then
okay,
right down.
dimming. There we go. Okay, but you can see the cellar though, Vin?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So then where you're at, Vin, you might be able to see that over in the corner there appears to be a couple rats.
That's why I wanted to make sure when I'm moving the map around.
Okay,
I
did
don't
you
wanna
hear
move
what
the
I
map
said?
around. Yes, sir. About the rats in the corner.
Yes. Okay. Well, okay. Let's try that
Ooh.
again.
Rats.
Okay, you see some rats over in the corner. They're rather large rats. Several feet long, and they seem to be wheeling a barrel over toward a hole in the wall. And one seems to be kind of on the lookout, and the other two seem to be wheeling a barrel toward the wall. Like, wait a minute. First of all, this is a little bit coordinated for rats.
Yeah.
Second, they're not just regular sized rats, they are giant rats.
So they're bigger than I.
They are bigger than you, yes.
So I will relay this to the rest of.
Can the rest
My
of you see
friends
those
or
rats
my
from where you're
party?
at?
I can only see 60 feet. So.
Yeah, but there's torches lit down there, so you should be able to
Oh,
see on the map.
yeah.
If you can see
Yep.
what you see on the map, then you can see what you see in real life. That's how that works.
Yep. Yep, we can see them.
Okay, so
I
if
can
you
see them.
yeah,
Yep.
yep. Okay, so here, let me do this yet again. Let me see if I can figure out why it's doing that. So HP.
I did
Oy.
my
Oy vey. Yep.
deleted it again.
Dang it. Why in the world? This is like the fourth or fifth time, and of course it's gonna mess up again.
Mm.
Yeah.
At any
Seems
rate,
to be a
we're gonna just go ahead, continue ahead. So, like I said, it's more not, it's not as important as you might think. So, so what are you guys going to do once you're down there?
I'm gonna get ready.
Do what?
I'm gonna get ready to draw my warhammer or battle axe and get ready to
Go kill some
go
rats?
into. Yes, we'll become an exterminator.
All right. So you're gonna go ahead and you guys are going to click on your tokens, and then you're gonna go on your sheet and roll initiative, which is in the center top of the screen, kind of thing.
Mhm.
See if I can get this to work. Oh my gosh, it's ticking me off. What is your hit points? 24?
Yes.
And armor class? And that's not even working, so I don't know why.
10.
No, it's not even bringing up anything. Okay. Gonna get me irritated. Ticked off.
I got 6 for initiative too.
Oh, that's why.
Oh no, you got 6.
Alright, so hold on, let me get rid of some of these other characters. I don't know why those just came up out of nowhere. Okay, hold on, what did you roll? Okay. Who rolled the 6?
I did.
Twice.
Okay,
Biscuit.
so you haven't rolled your initiative yet for Xandareth?
There it is. I got 9, I believe.
It's not on the, but it's not on the token, sir.
Oh,
Yep,
ah,
didn't. I don't see anything, so I must have to refresh again. Yep, this is
So he
ticking me
rolled it.
off.
It's in the.
Yeah, but I don't see it if
It's
it's
in
not.
the communication
but
log.
I get that,
It's
but
not in the.
I get that, but I don't see it if I'm not refreshed up to date on the browser.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
I have to refresh the browser.
Mm.
I see how.
So
You want me to redo
so
it?
when you, nope,
Okay.
because it'll be there when I get back, which it is. It's just that if
okay,
your
cool.
browser is not up to date, then nothing you're seeing is up to date.
Oh, that makes sense.
So what you didn't do though is click on your token when you did that, but I can add you.
I did it. I've seen how to do it now, so for now on, I know how to do it.
There we go. All right, and so you'll also see if you're looking at Desi's thing there, you'll see that
Mhm.
she has a 0.13 after her roll, and that is a Dex tiebreaker. And so like if you all rolled 16, then whoever had the highest Dex would go, and it would be listed there. So something to just something to know. All right.
That's cool.
So you've all rolled initiative. Let me see if I can. Oh boy.
Oh, man.
Irritation.com. This is giving me an exercise in futility tonight. And it's irritating.
Mm.
I haven't been on
Exercise
roll
patience.
20 in a long time.
Do this. Let's try that. Okay. Let's get rid of these guys. These 3, and then put them back. Okay. And then we'll go there.
Man.
Okay, so what we'll do is, for the turn order, we'll have that. You see that the rats are the first to react, and they push the barrel down the thing, and the 2 go with them, and kind of disappear with the barrel down the chute. And then the third one kind of just runs and follows them and disappears down the chute.
Nice.
And you see that there is a big hole chewed into the wall, the cellar wall.
All right.
Well, should we follow him?
We shall.
And we can remove all turns just because it'll be a whole different thing once you get down there. Okay, you're gonna follow them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
do
get
this.
Paid what we're getting paid for.
See if I can do this now. There we go.
Well, but wait a minute. We have to go down that hole? I don't know if
Yeah.
I feel like I want to go
That's
down
correct.
the hole. It's bad enough I'm in the cellar.
Okay, hang on.
I'm not used to this.
How big is
Can we
the
just
hole?
tell
I
him-
fit down there.
Well, what now?
Oh, go ahead.
He's asking how big the hole is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was asking. I was asking what you had said. The
Yeah.
hole is probably, I don't know, almost 4 foot tall and about nearly 9 feet wide.
So I'll build.
Why can't we just tell the bartender we got rid of the rats and we just leave? Can we just tell him we did
What
it?
What happens when the bartender sees the rats again, though? Then the bartender
Yeah.
will really fine.
But
That
we
is
already
not
have our money.
honorable.
We find the kid, we find the grandma, and we go home.
I couldn't do that. That's not honorable. I need to go complete our job.
If we go
We
into
did-
the
the
cabin
rats
to look
left.
for
You made a
Just tried
promise.
to.
when we go into the cabins to look for the child, and we go into the cabins to look for the grandmother, there will also be darkness. You will encounter darkness all your life. It's your choice what to do with it now that you know.
Yes.
No.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right,
The
here, let me
darkness
do
is
this
where
real
it all
quick.
happens.
Darkness, my old friend. So we're gonna proceed into the darkness.
All right. So, was slightly unprepared for this, but one second. All right.
Yeah, Sean helped the DM out by saying we're not going down the tunnel.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
My character sheet, though, on Roll20 it shows up absolutely blank right now. There's nothing on it.
Oh no.
Oh man.
That may be that may be why I'm having some issues. It's hard to say.
It's not good.
And I can't even X out of it. There's not even like the X.
You
X
may have
out
to
of it.
refresh your
I'm gonna
browser.
refresh. I know. I'm going to. It's just there's nothing there. In the meantime,
Yeah.
Brian, if we are down the cellar and there's barrels, is there perhaps maybe a barrel of mead or ale that we would see?
When you get down, there's plenty of in the cellar. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Sorry. There's plenty of you know, barrels of mead, ale, and such in the cellar that you can see. Oh, hang on 1 second. One more second.
Take your time.
You're good.
Nope, dang it.
No rush at all.
All right, so 1 second. Dang it.
Let's find my character.
Okay, so let me paste you guys down here. Whoa, you guys are huge. Hold on. Make you guys more accurate to the screen here.
You cast enlarge person on our tokens.
Right.
That's awesome.
That is.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm back.
So you guys get down to the cellar floor here. Let me make sure the light's on there. They're correctly. Hang on. Dynamic lighting. Yes, it's on. Okay, good.
Before we go further, I will cast Mage Hand. And my Mage Hand is a blue-ish hand. And then I will cast, if I can, Light.
Okay.
And my light spell would be in the form of a lantern being held by my Mage Hand.
Okay. Well, you do have
Just over my shoulder.
you do have dark vision to 120 feet. Are you just doing that because you're afraid of the dark?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
All right. You get down
I
there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'd like to ready an action to wild shape.
Okay. All right. You are able to do that. I'm gonna put these guys here. Okay. When you get down there, you see the two rats. You've reached a bottom of a kind of a long slope, and you see two rats pushing the barrel, as you thought you might. And the other one that was kind of on lookout is still kind of scampering around over in the corner. And essentially, when you go down here to this area, you see like a main tunnel, and you hear a high-pitched hissing alert you to trouble from above. On the ceiling is an 8-legged, multi-eyed rodent. It bears needle-like teeth before leaping off the ceiling at your face.
All right.
Ooh.
So, I hope nobody has any aversions to spiders for this purposes of this, because I didn't get that far in the thing. So,
No.
are you guys all good with spiders?
I'm okay
Yeah,
with
I'm good.
spiders.
Okay, all right. So yeah,
As long as I don't have to skew them.
right. So yeah, so these spider rodents fall from the ceiling and jump towards your face, and then you guys are going to roll initiative again.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I don't think. Yeah, I gotta bring those over.
So do you get the extra?
Hold on 1 second. Let me put the turn order out. So you guys probably already. Yep, there we go.
Mhm.
Do I get what now?
For the dex extra? Is that just because you guys got like a mod to your dex or something?
So what you're gonna do is, if you want that on your sheet, and eventually you will have it for the campaign, but on the character sheet at the top right, where it's like advantage, disadvantage, normal, like to the right of that, there's a gear where it says bio.
Oh yeah. Bio info.
So yeah, if you click on that gear, it'll bring you up to like a technical sheet, and you'll see somewhere, I think it's in the middle top, and it says add dex tiebreaker.
Oh, okay.
And that'll be something I add anyways at some point, but.
Okay. That's cool.
Oh wow. Yes, I don't. Okay. So at any rate, so you guys are doing the. 1 second. I forget
Okay.
where he's at. Alright, well, let's try this.
On the map that I can see, we're still in the cellar with the barrels. I know we're like a little deeper into the cellar than that, though.
Sorry, now what? I don't understand. What? Oh, wait, because I haven't put you on the new map, that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, so
There we go,
this
yeah.
is more like what you see, if that helps. And you did say you were casting a light spell, Fiskin, and putting it on a lantern type thing.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go.
My little blue hand is floating above my shoulder, holding a lantern.
20 and 20 for bright light and dim light. There we go.
Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Thank
And
you.
now, if you, I don't know if it'll allow you guys to, but if you click on somebody else's token and hit Control L, you might be able to see from their point of view. I'm not sure.
That's cool.
At any rate, that's what you see there. So.
Very cool.
Awesome.
And how far away are these rats from us then?
They are 10 feet away when you get down there. The other things are coming from the ceiling, and they are dropping on your faces, and they will be like right on you, kind of thing. But give me 1 second here. I'm kind of surprised about something here. Characters. Ah, there we are. Yeah, I think that's. Oh yeah, here we go.
I love the sound effects.
Yeah, they will hopefully add to the stream. At any rate, so okay, so you see these spiders like coming down from the ceiling and trying to drop on your face. Let me try to make them what they're supposed to be real quick here. SSP. There it is. This will be hit points wherever that is. There we go, and AC. There we go. Alright. So, let me pop this out here. And you guys have a rolled initiative, and this will be an initiative. It looks like, Desi, you're going to be up first.
Awesome. All right. My character sheet is just loading real quick. And
All right.
So Brian, in the turn order, I only see the spider's number. I don't see anything else in the turn order box.
What do you mean?
Here do I.
Me?
I don't see anything
I don't see
either
a-
but spider.
I don't know what you mean.
In
So
the turn
in
order.
the initiative box.
Right? What about it? You don't see anything else, meaning what?
The characters, us that we already rolled initiative, they were there. Now they're not there. I don't know if it's an us problem or it's a roll 20 problem.
That could be a roll 20 problem. Try refreshing is all I can say, because they're there for me. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, I
We'll
just see
do
the
that.
spiders too. It was great.
I was
Yeah,
blank until the spider showed up at 11.
Are they there
And
now?
I scored really high on my
What
initiative.
if I do this? If I go get rid of the turn order and then bring it back, is it there?
No, it's just a
I
spider.
already refreshed, so
Yeah, you guys might have to
I
refresh.
refreshed. So I'll see.
I'm refreshing now. I still only see
I
the
ju-
spiders.
It's always the best when you're trying to run something and roll 20 is messing up. Or Discord, or
feel-
Streamlabs, or all the above. You know.
Yep.
But I feel roll 20 messes up more often than not.
Yeah. To some degree, it can be. Yeah, why is this?
I just see the spider.
I'm just waiting for the page to load.
It even says count 1, which means there's only one thing on that turn order. It says 1. The spider's the only thing it's counting for us. For me, anyway.
I don't see anything count one anything. Are you?
That's what I see as well.
I don't know what you mean, but
Count 1,
oh,
short.
I see at the top there. Yeah, I see count 4. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we
here,
only see
here. What
count
we'll
one.
do, what we can do is we'll just clear the turn order. Hang on, let me get up there. Let's remove all turns. All right, and then just click on your tokens and roll again.
Okay.
And that should take care of the issue. Hopefully. Maybe I need to refresh? I don't know. Yet again? Okay, that came up for me. Did that come up for everybody else?
Yes.
Yes, he rolled a really good number this time.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
it's more
He
importantly,
always rolls a high initiative.
and more importantly, it's on the turn order.
It's on the
Yes.
turn order.
Okay.
I understand.
Sweet.
Where's my initiative? There we go.
Barrel rolled the 19.
Yeah, it should have been the barrel. Should have been the should have been the spider. Hang on, let me send this to back.
That's awesome.
Or not the spider.
barrel
It should
has
have been
entered
the
hollow.
rat. Is what it should have been. Let's see.
The barrel can definitely go on a 19. I'm happy with that.
The barrel has entered the combat.
Yes.
We're gonna change the barrel to
Take
0
damage,
though.
so it should be in the
And
top.
the barrel being 0 is going to represent the end of the round.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
All
I
right.
like the way you do things, sir.
All right. So go ahead and it looks like Xandereth is going to go this time first.
Yes. All right. So start now. I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
Oh.
And what kind of barbarian are you?
I am a Path of the Dragon.
Path of the Dragon. I'm not that familiar with that, but we're going to do this here. We're going to do.
As in battle, you will fight with a primal ferocity. On your turn, you enter rage.
Why don't you?
Origin, you gain. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, why don't you put up your Path of the Dragon thing? You can click on the word balloon next to it in there, and on your character
Okay.
sheet. There you go.
There's it.
Okay, you don't have an aura, right?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to. I'm just going to put this little on here. If you click on your guys, sometimes you'll have a little what looks like a magnifying glass or a lens at the bottom,
Okay.
and you guys can interact with that. But for this purposes of this, I'm going to just there's a little rage icon that we'll use if I can
Cool.
if I can find it. Assuming I can find it. Here we'll just this is the here we'll use that one. Grr, arg.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, so now you got a little dot on you that's got like an angry face, you know, like okay. So
That works.
that'll
And I'm
depict
gonna
that you're
attack.
raging.
I'm gonna attack with my battle axe, my two-handed battle axe.
Okay.
Oops, I only meant to roll one. I want the other. I want the second one. Not 20.
All right.
No,
First one is 16,
So natural.
yeah, 26 with
So
the
good.
and who are you attacking?
bonus. I'm gonna attack
The one directly in front of you, or the one off to your left?
Yeah, the one directly in front of me.
Okay, so you'll move up and attack. And you know, this would be a good part where I should have went over the rest of the house rules with you guys. But at any rate, so you do mouse over where it says Battle Axe two-handed and click on that, and it'll give you the damage on the 16
Okay.
one. And
13.
you outright just basically slice him in half.
Nice.
Well done.
So these
That
spider
will-
things are falling from the ceiling?
Yes. Yep.
How many are there?
You only see you only see 2.
Okay. Very cool.
All right, man, that'll be my turn.
All right, and then the giant rats. This one continues pushing the barrel, although now that the other rat is no longer pushing with him, it's kind of going, you know, sideways and going poorly for him, and it looks like the barrel's going to go up against the northern wall here. You know, because he's pushing at one end and he no longer has his buddy pushing with him. The other one moves down to attack you, and tries to bite at you. He gets a measly 5. You hear it squeak. You assume it's a painful squeak. Uh, it, it it bites at your boot, and you think it might have broken a tooth.
Get
And
away.
and then Desi, you're up.
All right. I'd like to use my
Ready to action.
my ready action to wild shape
Yeah, and actually that
into
would have
my
happened. That would have also happened as soon as you saw them. Correct? Is that what you
yes
readied it for? Okay, so yeah, so
yes.
yes.
I'd like to wild shape into my into it's not a mushroom form, but basically I manifest mushrooms, a circle of spores all around me, and I'm gonna use symbiotic entity. Quick,
Okay.
I'm gonna cast that.
Okay, I'm not sure how that works exactly, but we'll just do this here real quick.
Yeah, I did it in
Uh,
the chat.
yeah, 1 second. Okay, so at second level, you gain the ability to channel magic into your spores. As an action, you can spend the use of Wild Shape to awaken those spores. Rather than transforming into a beast form, you gain 4 temporary hit points for each level you have in this class. Okay. While this feature is active, you gain the following benefits. When you heal your deal your Halo of Spores damage, roll the damage die a second time to add it to the total. Your melee weapon attacks deal an extra 1d6 necrotic to any target they hit, and those benefits last for 10 minutes until you lose all these temporary hit points or until you use your wild shape again. Okay, so you just basically, are you like covered in mushrooms? Is that how it works, or
It's more like mushrooms are like popping up out of the ground all
near
around
you?
me
Near
and
you?
like
Okay.
yeah, near me. Yeah. Although I do have mushrooms
Very
growing
cool.
from the back of my shell. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that temporary HP to my character sheet.
Okay, so we're gonna do this here. We're gonna throw in a couple mushroom clusters.
Cool.
There we go.
I love that you can do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
That's
so
cool.
I gain plus 4 HP for every level I'm in the class.
So
So
plus 12, right?
plus 12. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so you expended the use of the wild shape for that, and then it would be your turn now too. So that would have actually happened at the beginning of the round, kind of thing. So
Okay, cool.
so then it would be your turn now because it's your turn in initiative. So you would get an actual turn.
Great. I'd like to use Halo of Spores next, which is the use of what the wild shape is for.
Okay. And then it does the
The
thing where you
damage. It does
thing where you
necrotic.
do extra damage to the thing, or is it that? Oh, Halo spores. There it is. Okay. Invisible necrotic spores that are harmless. Okay. And where are you going to release them? It's within 10 feet of you, so you can release
Yeah.
them. You would move forward.
I'd move forward. Yes, I'd like to use
Okay.
the movement to move forward a little bit.
Okay, so you'd move forward and then release them like 10 feet away.
I'm gonna
Okay.
just move a little bit there, and I'm just gonna measure that real quick. 10 feet. That's not 10 feet. That's 15 feet. Okay. And I'll just attack this one, and that's 1d4 necrotic damage plus an extra 1d4 because of the symbiotic. Oh, an
Okay.
extra 1d6
And
because of the
how big is it?
circle of spores.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. It's within 10 feet of you. So it's a single space, correct? It's 5 feet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so obviously you wouldn't see it, but that'll give you a representation of where it's at, kind of. And then you're
Okay.
going to roll me a d4, right?
A d4 and then a d6
And
as
then
well.
the d6 for the symbiotic entity?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Very cool.
So that's 4 damage, 4
Oh.
necrotic damage.
Alright. Okay, you...
Cool.
You four to him. All right. And does it stay in that spot? Um, oh wait,
Unless I move it.
and the creature gets to save though. Let me do that real quick. It is a saving throw versus your spell save DC, which is 13.
13.
Is that correct? Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. So he's gonna try to make a Constitution save, and he fails, and so yeah, he took the full damage. All right. All right. All right, and then that's it for Desi.
That's it for Desi. Thank you.
All right, Fiskin.
I
You see this rat reacting violently to something. You're not sure what it is, but you're pretty sure that
Right.
Desi had something to do with it.
I will move almost behind Desi in line with that rat. And I will, as a free action, start going into my component pouches and start pulling up powders and whatever else I have in there. And I'm like, you know what? Get it. Take my crossbow out and shoot the crossbow.
Okay. And you're gonna shoot
Almost
at the
like-
one that's reacting violently.
Desi, yes.
Okay. Ooh, and
I will-
that's a crit. So
Hopefully hit it.
so one of the things I like to do here, and one of the things we do a lot of times on Action Surge is we do what is a critical hit table. So this is where I'll ask you to roll a d20 again,
I will do that.
and it was a crossbow, so it'd be piercing. And you roll a 7,
Roll a
so
7.
so that is stabbed. Roll your damage dice twice and add them together. So it's essentially like your normal crit, but you're gonna do it twice. So you'll just go over where
Alright.
mouse over where it says light crossbow, and
Right.
then just hit that twice. So there's 12, and then there's another 12. So
Alright.
when you shoot it, when you shoot your crossbow at it, essentially the force from the crossbow just peels through the thing, and you think the crossbow bolt kind of turns sideways when it went through, and the rat basically, for lack of a better term, explodes. It's hard to tell which.
Then I'm like, yes, gore. That's the end of my turn.
And the end of your turn. Okay, so one of the spider rats falls on you. We're gonna go. Dragonborn is number 1, Fiskin is number 2, and Desi is number 3.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And we're gonna try to see if we roll anything. It's a 3. Okay, so Desi, the spider rat falls towards you and tries to land on your face for a face hug, and it is successful. It does 6 damage,
Sure.
and while it's on your
Okay.
face, you are blinded and you are suddenly unable to breathe.
Okay. Does that mean I am assuming that means I can't use my reaction then.
Depends on what you're gonna react to.
I have Halo of Spores, which is what I used earlier. When I can use it as a reaction.
Use it as a
when
reaction?
something enters it. Yes.
Sure, yeah, you could use that as a reaction.
Okay.
So it takes a
One second.
D4 as this happens. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me just pull up a D4 real quick.
You could also, like on the left-hand side, there's a picture of a die, so you could also roll off a dice roll or two if you're. Well, you probably already knew this because you're familiar with Roll20, but just letting anybody who's not familiar with Roll20 know that there is a die roller thing that you can pick from.
Oh, I see it.
It looks like
Got
it only
the B on it.
offers. Yeah, it looks like it only offers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of each die type, or the single die type, which is like if you click on the D6, it'll roll a D6. You know.
Oh yeah, I see.
1 second, my
D1.
computer is just reloading. The Roll20 is not my friend right now.
Okay. All right, and while we're doing that, we're gonna move on to Xandarth real quick again. Oh wait, nope, sorry,
Okay.
other spider rat. I forgot about that. So let me do that. Let me roll for the other spider rat.
No more spider rat. No more spider rat.
And that one is you. Yep, that one is the barbarian. So
Brand.
it's gonna drop it in for the face hug. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Oh,
I didn't say.
dang.
22 again, so that's gonna hit
Okay.
for 7 damage.
All right.
And is there any reaction things you can do?
Would that be under my
So
abilities?
yeah, it'd be so for in the case of like a mage, you might have shield. Shield is a reaction spell. Um,
Okay.
in Desi's case, you can use that as a reaction. Is Desi, is that because that's that part of that ability, or is that also because it's you have like something like Warcaster or something like that?
No, it's just part of the ability, part of
Okay.
the spell.
So it's a reaction.
So
It's normally a reaction spell, is what you're saying?
I have
Yes.
danger
Okay.
sense.
Okay, what's
So
danger
that gets
sense
3
do?
damage.
3 damage to the spider. Okay.
Where are you?
Let me see. I'll bring it up. I don't know if it helps me with anything. Can't sense when things nearby are as they should be giving you edge when you dodge away from danger. Get
You have
advantage of
advantage on dexterity saves.
Can't
Okay.
be blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Yeah. So you can't use the danger sense right now because you are indeed blinded.
Okay.
But
That makes sense.
and you're also suffocating at this point. But you can't breathe.
Oh.
You can't breathe. So technically, you're not suffocating for a number of rounds equal to your Constitution
Okay.
modifier. All right, and
Alright.
the giant rats. This one scurries off. You are blind, but you can sense it's reaching, trying to leave your vicinity. You may try to make an opportunity attack at disadvantage if you'd like, as a reaction.
Okay. I'll try that.
Okay. So you're gonna make it
I'm
a
gonna.
disadvantage. You can click on disadvantage at the top, or you can just roll twice and take the lower number.
All right. Where's that disadvantage? I'll just roll twice. Take a lower number. Easier.
It'll probably roll at
I'm gonna-
advantage. It'll probably roll at advantage anyway. Don't worry about it. There's people who have perpetually advantage on, and yeah, see, I did. So 18 is still gonna hit. You're taking a
Okay.
shot in the dark and being successful with it, and then go ahead and roll the damage on that battle axe.
Okay.
All right, so 10
10
damage.
slashing.
So you hear the rat squeak loudly and then quiet, except for you're muffled by this spider thing that's hugging your face. The spider rat.
Okay.
I guess think of the
How much-
alien face huggers as well.
Yeah. How much damage did I take again?
Previously from the face hug, it was. Oh, I didn't roll it. Oh, I thought I rolled it. I thought it was 7, but
7. I see it.
yeah,
7.
7. But I'm not. Oh yeah, it's just below it. Yep, 7.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Let's see that.
Okay, and Desi, it's your turn. You are blinded by this thing. It is on your face. You can tear it off. It is a DC 11 strength check to detach it, or you can try something else. It did take damage, and you know that it may release if it takes enough damage. You would guess at least.
Okay. I'd like to, let me look at my strength real quick.
Yep.
That would just be not a saving throw, but just a flat strength roll.
Strength check. You could also do athletics if you have athletics.
I do not, but I'm going to try athletics real quick.
Okay. There you go. That works. Okay, you wrench it off your face and throw it on the ground near you. It is now 5 feet in front of you on the ground.
Awesome. Do I get an action still to attack?
Yeah.
or-
Well, that was your action. So if you have a bonus action, you could do that.
I don't believe I do. I think that's my turn.
Okay. You could possibly do the Halo of Spores again as a reaction, because you're on your turn. It refreshes.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to use Halo of Spores then. That's,
Okay.
2D. That's 2d4.
2d4. Oh, okay. So okay. So before you were rolling 1d4. So
Yeah.
Must have
I
misrolled.
was.
All right, so 4, and then does it also take a d6 from the Halo? The you know better than I do, symbiotic entity.
It does not. No, it's
Okay.
just 4 necrotic damage.
Okay, 4 necrotic. Okay. Okay. All right,
And that's my turn.
and then Fiskin, it's your turn. You notice there's this. You're muted right now, Fiskin. Ben, you're muted. There we go.
Gotcha. Sorry. Yep. Thank you. I noticed a couple of these rat spider thingies I will like to cast. And then we'll again go into my pouch and pull out whatever powders and stuff I have in my pouches. I would like to cast Chill Touch
Chill
on
touch.
one of them. I will do I see one of the two, because they have one on each of their faces, right?
No, the one is down on the floor in front of Desi now. Desi has like ripped it off
cool.
and threw it on the floor, and then hit it with another one of those violent sneezing attacks.
Okay.
You've never seen a
didn't
spider
know.
react in this way, which is fair because
Cool.
spiders kind of breathe through their skin. So
I will then turn to the other one. I didn't know if she was attacking it while I was on her face or not, but cool. I will go to the other one and then attack the one that's still on my friend's face.
okay,
And I will
so
shoot.
you're going to
Chill
attack
touch.
the one on your friend's face.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I would think that Fiskin might do that, just knowing from what you've said about Fiskin. But I would also say that you as a player might be aware that might not be that might be kind of dangerous for Fiskin or for your friend. I mean,
It's only attack for the creature.
well, yeah, but what happens if you miss?
It's on me.
Oh, I don't know.
Might leave a mark.
All right, so go ahead and roll. There should be one. I was gonna say there should be one on your page. Yep. So 20. You're not gonna have any problem hitting that right on his face. In fact, go ahead and give me that roll. There's 4 necrotic. You see that it hits that one. Hold on one second here. That's 22. That's 4. Okay. You see that it hits that one. You hear it screech, and it looks like it's going to detach itself from his face anyways.
Good. Get off him!
Get off
Get off
me.
him!
Is that it?
Wow.
Is that it for Fiskin?
That is my turn.
Okay, well,
Wow.
the reason it detaches from his face is because it jumps over to yours.
Nice. Why?
Does it hit, though? With a 13? What's your armor class? 12. It does hit.
Oh,
Oh.
so I do have this reaction though.
Okay,
that
what's
I
the
would
reaction?
like to use as a reaction.
Yeah, show me that. Mage armor is an action.
No, it's not. You're right. I apologize.
Yep.
You're right.
Do you have
I did
shield, though?
misspeak. I do not. I took mage armor instead
Okay,
of
okay.
the shield.
Well, then, okay, then let me
Which
ask
was
you a
my
question.
mistake.
Let me ask you a question. So again, for purposes of this, you were going into, what could have been battle with something. So as far as like role playing aspect of things, you would have probably cast mage armor before you came down into the cellar. But for now,
Probably not.
for now, let's assume you didn't.
No,
But
we're good.
but yes, but
No, that's
in
fine.
the future, like that's something that you can like iterate. Okay, so all right, so it jumps
He was
at you,
way
it
too scared
hits
to think
you,
about what's gonna happen.
right? It made him nervous being in the dark. And he did a where did it go? Oh, 7 damage to you, and now you are blinded and suffocate. Well,
Blinded
can't
by
breathe.
the light.
all right. And we passed that, and then Xandereth, it's your turn again.
Okay. So the only one left is the one that's on his face.
No, there's 2 left still. There's one on the floor in front of Desi, and then the one that was on you is now on Fiskin.
Okay, I'm gonna attack
Get
the
this
one
off
on the
me!
floor.
Get this off me!
Shoot.
Now you know you could use your action to rip it off his face too. You could do that.
Yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna try to rip it off his face.
All right. So give me an athletics check. This should be no problem for you.
Okay. Let me go.
I say that, and of course when I say that, when people roll, then they roll terrible. But okay, so 18,
There you go.
18, you rip that thing. When you grab it off his face, what do you do with it?
I'm gonna throw it on the ground and stomp on it.
Like you throw it on the ground, like right near you?
Yeah, and stomp on it.
Okay, you throw it on the ground, and you'll have to wait till your turn to stomp on it. But we'll put it right there.
Okay.
And do you have any bonus actions that you can do? What about from your rage? Is there
Yeah, I can do. Let's see.
go up to see your rage here? Resistance.
Because I actually have this while I'm in rage too. I forgot about that.
Oh, by the way, if you took 7 damage, that's only 3 damage because you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So give yourself
Oh.
back 4 hit points.
Okay.
So let's see. I don't see anything that you can do as a bonus action except for end your rage, but
Yeah. But I forgot too that when I go into rage, I'm dragonborn, so I can then become a dragon. Like when you enter rage, while raging, you can use bonus.
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You can use a bonus
I can-
action to make a melee attack with your bite against one creature that you see in front of you. So instead of throwing it on the ground, do you want to like shove it in your mouth, kind of thing?
Yes, I want to do that. I want to do that.
All right, give me a d20 roll. Make an
Okay.
attack roll. 19.
19.
Okay, we'll
Nice.
say you shove that in your mouth. Give me it's a 1d8 plus your strength modifier.
Okay. So that would be 1d8. And what's my strength modifier?
We're gonna do a contested strength too. So give me an athletics check.
Okay. So my strength modifier is 5, and then I'll do athletics.
And you may have natural athlete. I'm not sure.
Biscuit is absolutely repulsed by the idea that you're biting this creature.
Okay, you literally bite the creature. Go ahead and you did so 7 more damage, and you just begin to like basically you start eating the creature. You just like it. You shove the whole thing in your mouth, just maw, and just maw and all, just eat this spider down essentially.
Oh, this is good protein.
It feels a little bit wriggly going down your throat, but other than that,
Yes. Good food. Num nums.
all right. And Desi, there's still one on the floor in front of you. One of these spider rats.
Yes, I'd like to use my Halo spores to do 2d4 necrotic damage again.
All right.
1 second, my computer needs a little refresh. Just 1 second.
Yeah. Now your Halo of Spores doesn't show a casting time in it, so we'll have to fix that at some point.
Okay.
Let me see if I can fix that now. You said it's a reaction, correct?
Yes.
Halo of Spores. There it is.
And that's 8 necrotic damage.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can set that up to where it does damage too. I think off of either that or set it up as a spell attack on the front page there. It does 8 necrotic. You said?
8 necrotic. Yep,
Okay,
and there's a spell save
so-
of 13.
Let me see what they get. A 6. That's pretty close to not even close. All right, so 8 damage.
Mhm.
You see it takes the 8 and it begins slinking away. Now that was your reaction. You still have an action, and
Oh, I'd like to.
you still have a bonus action.
Yes, I'd like to hit it again with Halo of Spores, if that's
Whoops.
all right.
Hang on one
I
second.
think.
Yeah, go ahead. Well,
Okay.
you hold on. If it's a reaction, you can't do it as an action, can you?
I don't think so. Let me. I'll do Chill
So
Touch instead, if that's
okay,
all right.
okay, yep, yep. So generally, why does it keep doing that? Okay, that's right. Okay. So generally
I'll do
speaking,
Chill
if something's
Touch.
a reaction, you can only cast it as a reaction, kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
And generally
Chill
speaking,
Touch.
usually you have to be reacting to something, but so Chill Touch is going to, if you cast that off your main page, you should be able to cast it as a, like an attack. Should be in the
Yes.
middle,
I
center
just.
middle of your main page there.
Yes, I just. It's in the chat right now.
Right, but I'm saying if you cast it off your main page, it should roll damage.
Oh, okay. I just rolled damage with the sidebar.
That's fine.
That's.
All right. All right. It screeches and then kind of falls over dead.
Woo.
Does that thing where spiders or their legs curl up and under it kind of thing? Does one of those things.
Yay!
Nice.
Yum yum.
All right. So you see a barrel of ale here, along among the rat corpses and the spider rat corpses, and you see that the area ahead of you uh, stretches on a little ways to the east, and turns slightly north too.
Do we want to travel further?
Yeah, can I get some of that ale to wash down the spider?
So you guys,
Why don't you use?
oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say you could use your dragon breath to roast the spider.
Yeah, that's true. It was good.
So
So
you
shall we travel further?
you
No?
can open the barrel if you want. You do see there's
Yeah.
a cave up slightly to the on the southern wall. It looks like a cavern turns south again.
Well, should we venture further into the cave?
I would love to.
Cool.
Although
Venture.
I am gonna roll a perception check before we move a little bit further, just to see if any more spiders are gonna drop from the ceiling on us.
All right, give me a perception check.
Just to be on the safe side. That is
Uh,
a 19.
You don't see any more lurking up in the top of the cave, but you don't know. There might be some stealthing around nooks and crannies. You just don't see any at the moment, so you kind of think that you're probably, at least somewhat safe at the moment.
Okay. Thank you.
However, up ahead of you, several feet, you see way up in the distance. You see something kind of a green glowy something.
Hmm.
And then you see two little smaller glowy green dots within that glowy green aura.
Fascinating.
Should we move forward?
Yes, I agree.
Cool. We're gonna go move further, investigate the green glowy thing.
I've been saying, I didn't realize I was on mute. I've been saying, no, 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 we should go. We did what we needed to do. We're good, we're gone, we could go, 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 no, 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 we're good. We can drink all we need to drink, and we should go. We should really go.
Hmm.
In the same breath, though,
What do
is
you-
that green? Does it seem arcana?
You're going to make me an Arcana check. To the south there, Desi, when you get up that way, you see what looks like large, musty wooden barrels that are all lining the walls in the center of this cave room. Piled atop the barrels or propped beside them are smaller casks that seem to be wine or ale. You can see a small leather
Mhm.
book sitting on one of the barrels alongside a small glass vial containing a strange yellowish liquid.
Interesting.
That's inside the room to your south, down here.
We should go. We're good.
You gonna give the Arcana check there, Fiskin?
I am waiting for my character sheet to load. It has been super slow.
Mm.
I have no bonus on my Arcana, so I'm just gonna roll a d20.
D20, so 4 and what? Oh, so 4 with no bonus is 4?
That's it.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you think it's probably not magical? You think it has something to do with this creature? You think maybe this creature ate too much bioluminescent algae or something? I don't. You're not sure. Too many bioluminescent
I think we
bugs
should-
or lichens?
I want to go home. That's what I want to go home. And I think, yes.
I'm gonna move closer to
No.
Fiskin.
Move back
Thank you.
closer to Fiskin. Okay.
That's just.
I'm gonna pat him on the back. It's all right. We're good. We need to.
No. We got the
We're
rat.
here for you.
We get the money. we get the ale, and then we go home.
Oh, there's the rage token I was looking for, or the rage icon. It's that one.
Yeah.
It's much better.
Sweet.
At any rate,
Fiskin.
so your rage would be gone by now, though.
Yeah. Because I was on rage.
And I don't know where that other one went anyway.
Yes.
Fiskin, you are a brave soul. You have demonstrated that thus forth, and I know that you can do this. You have all the strength in the world. You only have to look inside of yourself to find it. And I roll persuasion.
All right.
1 second, waiting for my computer to load.
So if you do have physical dice, possibly
You can roll
possibly depending on what we're gonna do, we could roll those perhaps.
Oh.
Generally
Cool.
speaking,
I
I
got
would
that.
rather you do that. Fiskin, you hear her words, and it's up to you how you take those words. But I'm feeling like you're not totally convinced.
I'm gonna come over.
rolled a-
and
she
tell
rolled
him
a
it's
4.
all right. I'm gonna say it's all right, and I'm gonna roll persuasion.
You gonna try persuasion too?
Yeah.
Well, since you're both
Uh,
trying, one of you could do it at advantage. So if you have persuasion as a skill, do you have persuasion as a skill,
Let me see.
Xandrath?
No,
All
I
right.
don't.
Then you'll just
So-
roll it straight.
That'd be funny.
13.
13. All right. So if you are dead set on leaving Fiskin, you would roll your charisma persuasion in contest of that. 13.
I'm
you-
rebooting.
If you feel
Roll 20.
if you
I
feel
couldn't-
encouraged by their words, then you would just disregard that roll.
And as I roll it, I hand him a flag of ale. Drink this. This will give you. It's special ale. I'll give you bravery.
Well, we did tell him that we were going to get rid of the rats, and that's what we decided to say, right? We still
Yeah,
need that.
but
Poor grandma. The grandma has been missing for
Yeah.
a month now.
yeah,
There
that's
could
what
be
I'm
more.
saying.
Now
There
that
could
you
be more
see
rats.
now that you see these caves too, this cavern system is quite big compared to what you were thinking when it was just a rat hole in the wall.
Yeah. I
And
don't want to get lost.
and you think that maybe this is the caverns that she went to study.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's got the globe mushrooms and all that in there.
We should go up. We should go up and tell him what we did, and then go home.
Okay, you see
But
this
I mean, we should go.
this green glowy thing comes ambling towards you guys.
Interesting.
And you guys could roll initiative again if you wanted to.
We ain't going home. We ain't going home now.
I don't know why this Dungeons and Dragons is all built on initiative and combat and strange thing. Okay, let's go.
Why did it
Okay,
roll
she-
twice? I only roll once.
All right, well, so far you all rolled higher than it did.
I did not roll yet, but yes. I'll get there.
Vin is having technical difficulties. Please stand by for station identification.
Click on Fiskin, click on initiative.
All right, there you go. So, so Fiskin, you get first reaction toward this this bright, glowing, green-eyed thing that is kind of glowing. you see it. It's as it gets closer, you know you can make it out. It's a small well, it's a big rat, but it's a regular sized rat. You know, like just kind of fat and plump, and it has all these like boils all over it. And these boils, these lumps seem to be glowing a greenish color, and its eyes are glowing this bright green color.
So, I would like to, perhaps as a free action, I would like to try and see if I could talk to it using
Okay.
my silent speech.
Okay.
So it's a telepathic.
Okay.
If we share a same language.
Yeah, if you share the same language, yep.
So I will speak common and hope that it will speak common.
Okay. It looks up and kind of like looks around, but it doesn't seem to do anything different than what it seems to be doing now.
Okay. I will use my sleep spell.
All right. Ooh, 18 hit points of creatures. Okay. You can see it kind of like when it notices you, it begins to run. It falls asleep like right about here, and just like falls to the ground and
Nice.
just goes to sleep.
Again, I
Go
take
to
out
sleep.
powders and everything else out of my bags and just.
And you can see this glowing, like this light kind of pulses from it. This glowing green light. You can see its eyes are closed, but this glowing green light kind of pulses from it.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check.
Now, can we go back?
I didn't see nothing. 5.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that it's just some kind of strange phenomenon.
Okay. Well, what should we
He's
do?
sleeping.
We're sleeping.
Can I roll a nature check?
Sure.
Just in case. I know it's probably not naturally occurring, but it doesn't hurt to try. Just 1 second for my computer to load.
Leave it up to the snail to. He gets natural.
Well, there are bioluminescent mushrooms and things like that, so bioluminescent rats.
There it is. They definitely are. I agree.
Let me do this.
Sorry, it's still loading.
That's okay.
Nature check. Go. My first nature check of the game.
First nature check. All right. You think
good
that
one.
it is a looks like a normal rat, pretty much, but you think somebody's messed with it alchemically or something.
Interesting.
You think it maybe has some kind of strange curse or disease that might make it glow like that, or that somebody has changed its chemical makeup somewhat.
I relay that information to the party.
Okay. Or should we not go near it?
Can we just then grab it and go, please? That would let's just go home.
He's all about going home.
We did the rats and we get all the drink and we get coin and you know I kind of feel like I want to find grandma.
Yeah, but they said she was in the cavern, so I think she's probably further down.
So let's go up top and let's go home. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys don't want me. You don't want me to roll a persuasion check, do you?
A contested persuasion check. If you roll a persuasion check, I will contest it.
Do you want to roll a persuasion check and try to get them to convince them to get going back up to the top there?
I will. There you go.
And then we also all roll persuasion to see if we.
So now you can do contested persuasion.
Oh.
Now I will say that your characters are autonomous, and I don't really allow PvP. So you guys can make the decisions for yourself. But in the case of where you are way lower than that 16 persuasion, you guys would feel highly persuaded. Ultimately, you guys get to make the decisions yourself as your characters are autonomous. But if you decided against going back up, you guys might feel bad about it. You guys might second guess yourself constantly.
Yeah, why don't we go back up and see what's going on? Do you want to take the rat with us?
I
Or
would
should we
very much like to.
Okay, so are you gonna put it in a bag or something?
I was gonna put it in my shell if it fits in there. It's a pretty large shell.
It does fit in there. But you're go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Gotcha.
It is still sleeping at this point too.
It is sleeping. That's why I want the sleight of hand check. You might be able to do that sleight of hand check at advantage because it's sleeping.
Okay. Let me just turn on advantage.
Where'd the sleep spell go? Where'd it go?
That is an 18 plus 2.
Hang on. Where'd the sleep go? Oh, there it is. 18 will do it. 18 you gingerly tuck it inside your shell and it remains asleep. It feels like when you pick it up, its skin feels kind of soft and pliable. And
I am
it
so at a point
will
where
last
I don't even know
for
what
a
to think
minute.
anymore.
It will last for a minute. The sleep does.
All right. Then we better hurry.
Okay, so you guys head back up to the.
Dragonborn ate a spider rat.
You guys
And
head.
you shove a sleeping rat in your shell.
Yes.
You guys head back up to the tavern.
Yes.
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 Okay, you guys head back up to the tavern here. Let's see if this will work here. Oh, look! I think I got music this time. There we go! Yay! Music's back. It only took 500 times of going back to that map before I got music back. All right. So you guys go back up to the top there, and you talk to Tofdeer, and he says, "Well, did you get him?"
So
Yes.
I
So,
gingerly
before
remove
we-
this.
talk to him. Right? Okay, so before we approach him, as we go up from below, I would like to cast prestidigitation and just have a kind of like a little fireworks display of us entering.
Okay.
Like announcing us that we've arrived. Like,
Uh-huh.
So you have a moment.
there you go. I like that. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So what do you say to or what do you do, Desi?
Yes. I was just gonna say that I gingerly, slowly like turn my shell a little bit so you can see a peek at the rat from the inside of my shell, and I was like, proof of concept.
Okay, he says, ugh. He says, that one's a lot smaller than the ones I saw.
Oh no, we
Yeah,
killed
yeah,
those.
yeah. They are. They're gone. But this one, I don't know what she wants to do with it. It's gross.
All right, and here's your fireworks display there.
Cool.
Pew! All right,
That's
okay.
cool.
So yeah, so he's like, why is it glowing green?
I don't know. I was hoping we could find a specialist. Do you know any especially gifted druids, perhaps?
He says, no, not around here. He's like, maybe once a fortnight one comes through. If that.
I'm going to approach the
Hard to
elven.
go.
It's contagious.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna approach who?
The elven maiden with the arm wrestling.
Oh, Silana, yep, okay.
Solana, yeah, because she's a scholar, so she might, and her grandmother specializes in ecology, so she might know a little bit about glowing rats, or at least about nature.
Okay. All right. She looks at you strangely, and she looks at the rat even more strangely, and she says, I don't really know what that is, but I guess it looks as though somebody has tampered with a normal rat, and well, it looks like if this one were awake, it would probably try to explode on us. It's filled with some sort of volatile acid.
I think perhaps a bar is not the right place for a volatile acid.
And you see she casts something on the rat as well.
Shall we just drown it in the fountain of water?
I'd like to.
And she casts
I mean, it is a rat.
another sleep spell on it.
Would it be possible to magically disarm the rat?
And she says, perhaps, and she says, let me try. And she casts this spell. And you see the rat kind of go inert. It still has the boils and stuff, but it stops glowing green. And it kind of looks like a normal rat that's just like it's got the plague, maybe, like it's got boils and stuff all over it. But it stops glowing green, and and it's still asleep. And she says that should do it.
Thank you kindly, most appreciated.
I do chummy up to Solana, and I kind of like elbow her and nudge her and be like, I like your style. I do.
She says, well, did you happen to find anything about my grandmother?
Well, Matt, you should ask that. We did find some caverns, and we are going to venture into those caverns.
She says,
but we wanted to bring the rat back.
She says, in the cellar?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
These rats. This smart, humanoidal, intelligent kingpin of a rat. He was in charge down there. Filling barrels of ale, making holes in the ceiling. You have no idea what was going on.
She
to be
says,
honest, neither do I. But we're going back.
He says, well, if you do, I shall round up Durkan, and we shall go with you.
Cool.
Durkan.
And she says,
all the help we
and
can get.
she says, Anver, will you keep an eye on my mage hand table and keep the coin running, will you? And you see a guy in blue robes come over, and he says quite certainly, Silana, and he comes over and sits down at the mage hand table and kind of takes over for her. At any rate,
Definitely intrigued.
Tough Deer comes to you and says, says, "All right, as promised. Here's your room key," and he hands you a room key, and he says, "And ask the barmaids for anything you wish, and they'll bring it for the night and for the morrow as well." And with that, we're going to wrap it up, and
Alright.
Okay.
we're going to
Sounds awesome.
we're going to say that thing I say sometimes. Then after that, we say, "Thanks for joining us here on Action Surge, where imagination collides with the roll of dice. We battle fearsome foes and forge unforgettable memories together. As the session draws to a close, remember the journey never truly ends. Keep rolling those dice and weaving those tales. Farewell, adventurers. Don't forget to check out Action Surge 5e on all the platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Blue Sky, whatever you can find, TikTok, so on and so forth. Give us likes and subscribes and share. And until next time, may all your actions surge." And then I just run the
Yay.
credits. Yay! And then I run credits.
Gather round, adventurers bold in the realm where tales unfold. The podcast of heroes, a quest divine, where imagination takes flight. Let's combine. Roll the dice, let the story begin. Monsters and magic, the battles within. From dragons to dungeons, a thrilling ride. Action Surge podcast where legends collide.